What when do you usually go live?
Just right now. I'm doing it now. Now, brother. Fuck, I have food, man, outside.
Okay.
Uber Eats was meant to get here right now.
I can hear us if we start talking.
Order not accepted. Oh shit. Alright. Just gonna share this.
Kodak. See Kodak? Matt?
Kodak. Is it up? Yeah, it was up last night.
No, I would not fucking. I would be scared to short this thing, dude. Unless it goes parabolic. True. I think I was 18.
Live with the naughty boy. What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
Nothing much. Nothing much. Just type yes if you guys can hear me. It's Friday. How sad is that as a trader, man? I hate Fridays. What's up, what's up? Donald J. Trump. What's happening, my man? What are you guys looking at for today's trade? Yeah, I know Friday is always tricky, especially that power hour, end of the day kind of move. Gotta watch out for that. Market is pretty quiet today, right? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people still probably sleeping in or something. IMMP. Let's have a look at that. Is it on the scanner? Yep, it's right here. It's a dollar stock. Personally, as a short seller, I'm probably not interested. I'm just gonna wait a little bit and then let the guys come in, and then I'm gonna start going through it. But just type in which tickers you guys are watching for today's trade, and then I'll definitely go through them. You never know. I might be lucky, yeah. Let's have a look at why that's going though. Did you guys Did you guys watch yesterday's pre-market live? If you guys have seen, you would have noticed what I said about SAVA. Someone asked because they wanted to short it. Nancy Pelosi. the witch lady. Fucking hell. That's funny. Don't worry, Aaron eats all of that shit up. Alright, Alright, so we're looking at MMP. Let's see, let's try to figure out why that went up. So what's your plan with it? What's the plan with this? What are you thinking? Long or short, or do you think this is this is what it looks like? 20 years chart. Yeah, back in the days it did go to like $20. Holy shit, that's crazy, right? What are you thinking? Today it could push to the $3 area?
Back in the day.
Right now it's at $1.80, so it's right at this resistant levels. I think what you gotta understand with this kind of charts is there's a lot of bag holders, man. See all these people right here, whoever bought in here, they're underwater at the moment. And today probably would be the only day where they're either break even or, you know, a little bit up. So they might try to get out. KODK, yeah, I actually shorted it after market right at, I think my average was 11 something. Damn, yeah, I'm not gonna mess around with this. Not until it's ready. Because the reason why is because is it on a gapper, by the way? Scared? Yeah, it's on a gapper. Pretty low. The reason why is because this thing has been selling off like crazy. Look at that. I mean, from $60, it did not look back. Obviously, the pump was a a shady one, but nevertheless, the price action went all the way up there, and now the lowest it went to was $5. So it will have some sort of bounce. It will have some sort of bounce. There will be people who shorted lows, and you know, this thing would have some sort of bounce. That's how the price action works. It's like a bouncing ball, yeah. So you don't want to get caught in anything like that. So I'm pretty sure we made our money on it. If you guys have seen, was it on Wednesday's trade and stuff like that? And even yesterday, I had a good trade on it. I'm pretty sure I shorted it right here after market. My average is like 11.15 or something like that. 11.55 was my average. Didn't make a lot of profit, but it was a good short. All right. Okay. Let's look at SAVA. Right. That's what everybody's looking at. So what happened with this? Basically, what's the news? Let's have a look at the news. My Benzing Up Pro is not working today, so I'm using Finwit. I'm using Finviz. I don't think that's the news. Okay. I think they had some sort of phase 2 clinical trial. So I think the clinical trial progressed to like the next phase. Yep, SAVA. Some treatment. Yeah, Kodak is going, but for me currently I'm not interested. You know, I want the early shorts to be out. Let it blow those early shorts out, and when I see weakness, I probably would have a starter, and then we go from there. Now it's the financial results. Okay, so they announced the final result for the phase 2 2B clinical study. Right. So that's what the news is. Nothing new. But the reason why it's the real reason why it's going up is I don't think. I mean, yes, the news got a little bit to do with it, but mainly, if you guys have seen, okay, I'm just gonna play this. If you guys have seen this, this is from yesterday's live video. Yeah, sure. So someone asked, I think, what I wanted to do. back. As you guys can see, it's just been holding this level. Yeah, it's definitely been holding this BLNK, have a look at BLNK. What happens is with some of these stocks, they keep holding at this higher level, and they tend to go. Yeah, it looks good, BLNK. What a pop. What's the news? Do you know? Anyway, the reason why I think SAVA went up is because, as you guys can see, it was holding this resistance level, support level for a long period of time. As I mentioned, this lines, remember, I drew these lines. If it was holding, someone wanted to short it actually in this in the chart room. And if it's holding like this, what happens is if they're buying it up this support level, it tends to go higher, right? So after a parabolic move like this, if they don't let it fall apart like they did on KODK, they hold it up as a certain level. If you actually pay attention to the level 2 whenever it comes to this level, you would have seen like big buyers stepping up right there, supporting it from just falling apart, right? And what happens is, as a natural reaction to that, it would just bounce to the upside. I mean, this is a nice resistance levels where it's at right now. It could break out and use this level as a stair step and then can go higher, or it can get slammed down. But personally, I'm gonna wait until market open. If it's still underneath this level here, then I would look to short using that as a resistance level, as a risk level as well. But I'll be tight with that because this could easily rip into higher prices, no doubt. SAVA. Let's look at so we already looked at the financials, right? Right, this $10 area is a massive support level. But if it breaks this, damn, then the sky's the limit. It could easily go to like 15. That's when it picks up momentum. That's when Rossi Boy and all of his followers would chase it. Yeah, so these are the lines I'll be watching. But there's a gap fill into this. So there's really nothing that's moving in with momentum, or else this scanner would have picked it. Yeah. So this is what I'm watching. KODK. Let's look at that. I mean, this could push to the 15 depending on what kind of volume it's going to generate. Already 5 million volumes. I mean, they could raise as well. Let's just have a look at. All right, so they got that's KODK, I'm pretty sure. Yep. So float is 57 mil. So insiders are holding about 20 about 20 mil or something like that. Institutional ownership 14%. So not a lot of institutional ownership, which is good. So burn rate, cash burn rate a month. They spend about $10 million a month just to run the company. But they got $180 million just in cash, right? Cash and cash equivalents, which means they can, stuff they can liquidate if they need to. So they can last about a, decent amount of time. Usually the companies would want to have money up to 2 years worth. What was in play yesterday? Something in play. Sorry, I'm just gonna read the chat. Yeah, I know. They bought. It was crazy, man. I was reading that. It's insane how many shares they bought, and they knew they were gonna rip it into $60 per share. Imagine how much money they profited from that. I mean, they knew they were gonna push it. That kind of hindsight. All right. So what else is there? I'm interested in this. So this is a financial company, PIC, and the news on it is some sort of merger, and I think they gain cash out of it too. Whoops. CRDF, man, I'm gonna leave that thing alone. I'll have a look at it, but even yesterday, man, I was trading it. I kind of struggled. Not struggled, but I kept getting a lot of paper cuts at the front side because I was shorting the front side. you know, I was losing like 20, 30 bucks, and then the highest I lost on was like 130 bucks, nothing much. But I decided there were some up. If you watched yesterday's recap videos, you would have seen. I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna touch this. I'm gonna focus on, you know, stuff that people are not watching. You know, if you focus on things that people are not watching at the time, then it tends to fall apart. Yeah. So that's what I was shorting, and I banked. You know, daily goal met. So. All right, let's click on this and find out. So let's see what it says. Yeah, so it's a merger agreement. They got in with Excel or the company, so it doesn't look like it's specified here. Okay, what else? Yep, so that's the company. I think they're gonna merge or some sort of acquisition with. And as you guys can see here, they're getting about 300 million cash to use that to expand and develop new products and services. But all of that, so they want to develop new products and services. What did I say here? To pay off some debts. So this is crazy. So it looks pretty appealing to me for sure. I'll look at the fundamentals. What's the news on BLNK?
That's only at 5%.
Oh, okay. Maybe good for long. Oh wow, it has a very low float. Look at that. Now that's a red sign for me as a short seller. 1.6 million float, right? And outstanding shares. I mean, they could also dump, right, if they have ATMs. So the outstanding shares, they have 23 million, right, shares outstanding. But the float is so tiny. Either they would have done a reverse split in the past, or this thing is just being traded with very low float. 42% institutional ownership. So that the reason why that is because I think this is a financial company, right? It's a financial company, closed-ended financial company. So you know, this could easily float or rotate and go higher. So you really got to be careful. As I say, right now the market has been very, very quiet. It's been a very, you know, bearish market. The way it transits from that kind of market into a bullish market is there will be one stock that's just gonna squeeze every short seller, and that thing is gonna go nuts, and that will reignite the longs. Right now, longs are in fear because everything is watching a lot. I mean, look at Ross, right? He's not going as aggressive as, you know, as he used to. If you watch his videos, he mentions that he doesn't want to go as aggressive as, you know, he wants to, because everything is washing out. And every time, as a you know, aggressive long buyer, you're trying to step up to the table, to the plate, what happened is you get burned. But what would reignite that long momentum is when something squeezes the short sales, and then shorts will be fearful. Things start to go higher and higher, right? So it's like a cycle. So you guys got to watch out for that. If you're a short seller out there, be cautious. If you see something moving in with range and it looks like this thing could potentially squeeze, you know, get your popcorn, put your feet on the table, and watch it. Right? Watch it. Let it do what it does. What you want to do, the biggest thing in trading, is you want to protect your profits. Once you locked in those profits, you know, yesterday my daily goal was $1,000, right? So I made that $1,000, and what I did was I downsized to like 100 shares, 150 shares, 200 shares. And the reason why is because no matter what happened, there was no way I would have closed the day red, because I was going only 100 shares, and I was cutting my losses quick, and you know, so that's how you gotta approach it. So they have warrants at $11. So they have warrants at $11, which means when the price goes above 11, they could dump up to 20 million. Holy shit! All right, so it's undisclosed. So 20 million. So they have warrants. Just be mindful. They could definitely dump. Well, active registration statements. Okay, let's see what they have here. So that's another way of diluting, really. Yep. Public offering. Price 10. So this is what the prices are. See that's the number we're looking at. 200 million here. So they do have undisclosed offerings as well. Yeah, this will be one I'll be watching. It looks, you know, the things don't line up for the bullish. I mean, they can push it, but I'll wait for the backside and potentially short as well. You know, they might raise. We need to look at their monthly. Okay, so they don't spend a lot of money a month. But here's another key, right? So this thing is low float, and they already have, you know, warrants and outstanding shares they can dump today if they want to. BLNK going up, by the way, guys. So if you're a long trader, that kind of just broke that, almost a flat top breakout. All right, that level. But not a big move, you know, 15 cents. I don't know what it looks like on a... Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of resistance that level. That's where I'd be interested. Until then, I'm a short seller, so I'm going to sit back and, you know, wish you guys good luck and push it to 10. So I'll take it over from there. So as you guys can see here, so they don't spend, I think it's about $70,000 monthly. But if you guys look at here, they don't have a lot of cash. So they might need to raise capital soon, right? So probably the way they probably would do it is by, you know, warrants and offerings. Yeah, so this was, you know, they announced they you know, filed this filing in 2019, but it expires in 2020. Right, so they got about a year before they're able to dump this 200 million shares, yeah? So not a lot of time. Now, that gives you a sense, okay, if they only have a year to dump this, and they need to dump it because the float is low as well, right? And you look at the yearly chart, how often does this thing generates volume? They can't dump it when there's no volume. If they do, they would just kill the stock, right? So what they have to think is how long before they get a decent amount of volume next time. So there's a chance they might raise today as well. So just keep that in mind, or they might dump the. And if you guys can see here, the warrant price was around 11. This is the first time in a whole, I mean, 2020 it ever came up above that level, yeah? I mean, in the history of the stock, I mean, this is an all-time, right? This is an all-time. Yeah, maximum. So it actually never went to 11, ever. So this is probably the first time these warrants are active. So any question, guys? Any other stocks? So I'm watching those two. Those are the three I'm going to write down on my watch list. And I'll be trading. Any question, guys? Anything you guys want me to look at? Is Ross online? And CBA. So these are what I'll be watching. Yeah, I'll definitely I'll keep an eye out on save for short, but you have to be very careful with it because, as I said, if they're supporting a certain price level, they could push it higher. Yeah. So as you can see here, this level. So this level held previously. So I'll be using that as a guide to kind of, short into. I use that level as a guide to short into, but I'll be very tight with my risks. Yep. The backside of the move. What do you mean the backside of the move? Short the backside of the move? Yeah. No worries, man. Alright, so what else is in play? I mean, nothing else here. Pretty quiet. SAVA, though, I knew was going to go. I mean, this $6, $6.50 area was definitely going to bounce. It was supporting. You could have bought that using that level, the $6 level as a risk. Yeah? So whatever, you look at a chart, and wherever there is a majority of the volume, so in this case, I mean, if you put in where the majority of the volume is, it would be between that line and that line. So this is where the majority of the volume was traded. This is the core, right? This is the core. So every time it goes above it, it pulls back to this price range, goes above, dips. When it dips, it pulls back up, and then it started to bounce consistently. Look how many times. This is through like a couple of days, yeah? And then ripped. Now this could pull back, as it did here, or it could go higher. Yeah, Kodak. Those are my watch list as well. There's 3. PIC, Kodak, and SAVA. So I'm interested in PIC and SAVA. Kodak, I'm just going to let it do what it does. I want to come in late after everyone is blown out and the thing is going parabolic and stuff like that, because I think this could potentially bounce a little bit more. Especially they're also refuting, I think they hired a lawyer or something like that, a law firm. So alright, what time is it? We've got about 20 minutes to the bell, guys. If you have any questions, just drop it down below. And guys, if you want to know a little bit more about short selling or which stocks I'm watching and stuff like that during market hours, mainly just for short sellers, I'll send you this link. Just head over there, and you can ask me any questions. Other than that, there's nothing really interesting to me that has any decent range. If you guys want to see the locates for those people who don't have trade 0, so it's 0.03 cents for PIC and 0.04 for Kodak and SAVA. Now, some of this, when you see a cheap price for locates like this on trade 0, it means that it's actually free. Tesla 500, holy shit, let's see. It means they're easy to borrow on other brokers, yeah? Now the problem with easy to borrow is a lot of short sellers would have access to short it. So that could potentially create a short squeeze, right? So if it's hard to borrow, only a few people can get it with a brokerage firm that have access to the short locates, yeah? But if it is easy to borrow, everybody can get it, and all the brokerage firms, most of them. So what happens is everybody would be shorting the lows, they get squeezed, and you get squeezed with them. So you got to keep in mind when you're trading an easy to borrow stock, don't hit the lows. Yeah, try to short as high as possible. If it goes without you, do not chase. Let it go. Let it rip. Let's look at Tesla, man. That's interesting. Aaron actually plays Tesla. Got burnt on it a couple of times. It banked on a few times too. I don't know which one is worse though. Tesla, wow. Holy shit, okay.
Fucking don't trust this stuff.
I don't trust it either. But it would make a very interesting short if it comes to that level. I mean, how many times? Yeah?
I don't think it would ever be a short.
How many times did it come back from that
Dude,
450 area?
It's pulling down, but fucking Tesla's not pulling down, you know?
Yeah. SRNE. Oh, what happened to this? Look at that. Look at this, man. Remember how we said yesterday, this is a short, and the reason why we looked at the company's financials and Iron is a 15, so I know, right? You know how we said, you know, they're gonna raise some shares. So, how much was this traded pre-market, if you guys remember? It was like 10 million or something like that, right? Yeah, it was about 10 million. So as you can see, yesterday it was traded. The volume was about 110 million. So if you take an average of 10 to 1, it makes sense, right? So if whatever pre-market volume is, you multiply by 10, can give you a prediction of, you know, how much volume it could potentially be traded throughout the day.
Give you a prediction.
Let's look at Tesla. I mean, Tesla is interesting. So you know how you guys, I lost $2,000 on when was it, Wednesday, right? So I made $1,000 back yesterday. So dug myself out halfway. Today another $1,000 and just recovered from that, you know, terrible loss in 2 days. So pretty good. Tesla. Dude, that 550 area is just, it has been holding a couple of times. I mean, last time it peaked at that area, yeah. So you guys have seen some of the strategies that I posted in some of the chats. I'll be making. I am actually in the process of making that video for you boys. It's pretty good. You know, just I'll go in depth and I'll also put. So I'll explain. Yeah, it has to break this to go higher. I'll explain. You know, I'll explain the strategy and I'll also put in a live trading footage with it, so that way you can actually see the strategy playing out and those little subtle clues that you have to notice as the trade is progressing. Yeah, so those kind of things. If it breaks this, probably 500. Yeah, but yeah. But guys, this is summer action. Yeah, the market will pick up. It will pick up momentum. This is just typical summer action. Summertime, this is how it is. You know, a lot of you know, dead stocks, they go up and they drop quick, and you know, usually all the people that run the market, you know, the big boys, Wall Street, this time of year, summertime, they would just be somewhere in the Bahamas. Yeah, that's why the market inherently, you know, pretty quiet at this time of year. It doesn't make sense why it is this year though, because they're, you know, pretty quiet. I mean, they're not going anywhere because of Corona anyway. So what broker do you guys use? What's your favorite broker to use and why? IB, yeah, that's pretty good. I used to have an account with Interactive Brokers. The one thing that I really like about Interactive Brokers is the way you can send an order. You can actually change the price of it without TZ. Yep. No PD. Yeah, if you're offshore. Trade 0 for US is very tough because they're under PDT. But with Interactive Brokers, you can actually hide your orders. I mean, with this, you can hide your orders as well. But with Interactive Brokers, you can actually change. So let's say with this one, once you start filling, so you put out, let's say, 1,000 orders, right? 1,000 shares at a particular price. Once you filled in 200 or whatever, that is locked. If you take it off and trying to lower that thing, it would be counted as a second order. Where with Interactive Brokers, you can actually change it, which is pretty cool. The only problem with them is you need to have like 100,000 plus account to have any access to short selling. Right. Other than that, it's just it's just a fight to get those shorts, man. Especially with anything, all big caps are good. You can short them, but anything that's low float, small cap, man, it's a bloodbath. Yeah, they're you can change. They're very good with their order type. You can have like a trailing stop. You don't have any of that here. It's only limit, the market and range. You can have range, but you don't have trailing stops and stuff like that. That would be so cool if you have trailing stop. You just put it on, let it trail 20 cents. When it picks up, you get you out, and you can go out and go for a run or something. Pretty boring. Market is pretty dead, man. Yeah. Wow. I didn't see this yesterday. I was actually waiting for this kind of move. Yeah, Russ, before he could push stuff. Right now, he can't do shit, man. I mean, this thing, 6 million volume already. If it was like 6,000, yep, Russ can push it, but on this thing's probably not. But it would, this thing, I mean, it makes sense, man. It makes sense. Just looking at the technicals. HD, I looked at it yesterday as well. I'm pretty sure, did I traded it? No. HD was it? It's HD. Yep, I typed it wrong. Yep. I saw this, but I was looking at the yearly chart and I wanted it to push a little bit higher because on a yearly chart it was very. I mean, it went to almost $3, yeah. But I wanted this to push a little bit more higher to short into, but it didn't. Both KODK and this were, pushing at the same time. So this thing picks it up, man. It's a really good scanner. So RKDA did push as well a little bit, but nothing much. Let's see, need to give it a bit of time, I think. Yeah, smaller range. Man, I traded this thing. I had a I mean, was it on the? I'm pretty sure I included it in the video, if I'm not mistaken. But dude, I got in this right at the top, right there. Like that was my average, right there. And then I took it off as it was dropping. But I could, because I'm doing the small account challenge, and there was only after the $2,000 loss, I had only about so after paying commission and locates and all the other fees, I was left with like $3,500. And $3,500, I couldn't buy a lot of shares. I wanted to go 200 or 300 shares on this thing. Normally, if I had my account, I would hit with 1,000 shares, and then banked on the way down, and you're done for the day. I mean, all you gotta do is wait one perfect opportunity, go out, and you're done. And the beautiful part about all of this is that once you're in the money, once you're up, right? Once you're, if you're a trader and lost money, once you recoup that loss, after that, you're not in any hurry to make any kind of money. You can just come to the market, and if it looks great, great, you make money. If not, you can walk away. But when you make money, you can take easy $1,000, $2,000 per day. $1,000 per day. That's pretty good. That's not bad. Yes, other people make a lot of money as well, but $1,000 a day. I mean, think about the people who's doing 9 to 5, right? They don't make that much amount of money. So if you can easily come to the market, relax, no stress whatsoever. Just wait for that one opportunity. Bam, going out, and you're done. Go shopping or something. So that's the beauty. Because for me, like right now, obviously I'm doing a small account challenge, so like I want to push myself and stuff like that. But when I wasn't, it's so easy that like there's no stress whatsoever. There's no, you can just come to the market, watch it. Something great, you make money on it. If not, you can just walk away with no gains, and that's fine as well. But you can easily make it 1,000 plus a day. No questions asked. Even a snowman. I was telling Aaron when it was here at 300, 320, 310. If you look at the level 2, I was like, this thing is a short right here, but it had a massive range, right? Yeah, this day, man. Yep, this area. Yeah, this area right here into that movement. That candle was a sign of indecisiveness. So I was sure, bet my account size, I couldn't short anything. I couldn't short anything. So I was just sitting there, thinking, God damn it, you should jump in. But I mean, the way, because how it came up from here, and how the momentum shift here. This thing has on demand, by the way. So you can actually you guys can actually go back, rewind the market and have a look at it. And you'll be able to see the clear indecisiveness, that hesitation where longs trying to push it. But it makes sense. The reason why is because, I mean, it picked up, right? 4 million shares, it's nothing. How much is the company going to offer? IPO is basically the company selling their shares directly to the market. So any buyers that they're going to find, they're going to sell into. You know what I mean? Especially into this kind of move. Because the IPO was set at 140 bucks. Right? Someone asked me here on the last live trade, pre-market recap, pre-market watch list, what I thought about IPOs. This is exactly what I think about IPOs. So I'll look at the, what's the IPO offering price, and then at what price is it opening at, right? And then what's the momentum like? So this thing was meant to be, the IPO was set at 140 bucks, but it opened $100 higher. That was interesting. Anyway, guys, I think there's literally nothing. Those are the 2 things that I'm watching. If there's anything else you guys want me to have a look at, this looks a little bit interesting, but no range. It's only 25 cents range. Not interested. Just comment it below so I can have a look at it quickly. If not, I'll be going around 25 because I was a bit, scrambling yesterday market open. And make sure, thumbs up the video if you guys can. That'll help. And join in the Discord as well.
Holy fuck, what is this called again? CRT.
What happened? Is that the that's from yesterday, man.
Oh, might be fucking brilliant.
That's the one that CRT. That's one that got you yesterday, isn't it? I mean, it was a beautiful short. The problem is, I fought this thing here.
Nah, I saw a guy, dude, on Twitter.
Yeah.
Look at this. I mean,
He shorted, yeah. So
no,
shorted.
yeah, he started shorting from here all the way.
And he got up on top.
No. He held it.
Oh, he held it through.
25,000, yeah.
If you want to hold through, like depending on how many share size that you have, yeah. If you want to hold through, thanks, man. I appreciate it. If you want to hold through, what you can do is, I mean, if you have like 100, 200 share starter, you can. I mean, if you're willing to lose up to $600, you can hold it up to a $3 range. So that's the other thing you can do, right? You gotta wait for it to come back now. Like I know guys that actually short and they go for a wild ride. I know a guy who was down $90,000, unrealized. The guy sits through that. He doesn't give a shit. He just sits through a $90,000 loss. No worries, guys. All right, I'm gonna go. Good luck. I hope you guys nail today. It's Friday. Talk to you in the chat room anyway, and let me know how your day is. Yeah. Good luck, guys.
Good luck to you.
Thanks, mate. No other say.